Rob Halford says Judas Priest is the first true heavy metal band. I stand by the statement for a lot of reasons. I want to get into this just a little bit because I got an opinion on it. I think we all do. The age-old debate rages on. Who truly birthed the heavy metal genre that has enthralled generations of headbangers? Common consensus has long favored the iconic Black Sabbath as originators of the sonic powerhouse. However, the landscape of heavy music's inception is far more complex than meets the ear, and recently, a legendary figure of the genre has made a bold claim. I don't think it's that bold. That's what I'm saying. I don't think a lot of people, especially these youngsters, I don't think a lot of people heard Killing Machine. That's like one of the best albums that was ever written, ever. It goes on to say, in a recent episode of the PTF with Mark Maron podcast, transcribed via Loudwire, the metal god himself, Rob Halford, boldly chimed in on the topic. While the argument over the metal's origin has been a topic of constant discussion, Halford provides some fascinating insights. Let's check it out and see what he says. Some say there was a great band called Blue Cheer. Summertime Blues was a really heavy song, Halford proclaimed, referencing the San Francisco-based bluesy psychedelic rockers Blue Cheer and their thunderous rendition of Eddie Cochran's classic. But the conversation didn't end there. Halford dived deeper into the history of heavy metal's, what does that say, nomenclature? Nomenclature? Is that what he's trying to say? Some people suggested the name heavy metal was from a Steppenwolf song, Heavy Metal Thunder, Born to Be Wild. It's intriguing to note that the words heavy and metal were early contenders in the rock music's lexicon. And so the metal god continued to stir the cauldron with the debate. But as far as the sound, this is a great debate. Using Sabbath as a primary example, I've always pushed that Sabbath were a heavy metal band. But my friend Tony Iommi will always go, no, we're like a rock band, hard rock band. I said, no, you're heavy metal. No. So the argument ensued, obviously. That's kind of cool. I didn't even know that little tidbit of information. As opposed to merely contesting his comrade, Halford boldly seized the crown of heavy metal pioneers, declaring, so I'll take that trophy, that Judas Priest were the first ever definitive heavy metal band. That's a big thing to say, he says, aware that his soundbite will likely generate news headlines. And then they say, hey, guilty, and then I say, hey, guilty. Halford says that Priest were the definitive heavy metal band. I stand by that statement for a lot of reasons. The definitive sound, it's a well-honed craft that came from these guys in the band that all had their own definition of what this heavy sound, this heavy experience should be. Whether or not you agree with Halford's claim, there is no doubt that Judas Priest is one of the most important and influential metal bands of all time. Aging like fine wine, their newest single, Panic Attack, it's badass, you gotta check it out, is heavy as anything on Firepower. Their upcoming album, Invincible Shield, which I have just made a video about that, I'll pop that up here, is now up for pre-order here and here in the US in a dizzying array of configurations, which I just made a video on all that. If you want to check that out, just check out the little thing. As far as my opinion goes, as far as what I think, I agree with them 100%. Back in the days, my uncle handed me an album and it was called Killing Machine, and when I heard that song, that's the first time I heard two guitars harmonized. You heard any type of repetitive double bass sound on a bass. I agree with them 100% and have actually been saying it since like 1987. So what do you guys think? Did Judas Priest invent heavy metal? I'm gonna say yeah, I'm gonna agree with them. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next round, and stay metal.